Republican JD Vance speaks of overthrowing the government. More protests for electricity in western Jamaica. Man gets 50 years for shooting at police while a 4-year-old got shot. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Well, yesterday we played former President Donald Trump saying people will not have to vote anymore if he wins at the Christian convention last Friday. Well, today I'm going to cap it off with his selection to be Vice President JD Vance saying it loud and clear that their intention for 2025 and beyond is to overthrow the government.
I think, look, I am a cynic about this and maybe even a little bit of a pessimist, but I think the challenge confronting American conservatives is that we have lost every major powerful institution in the country, except for maybe churches and religious institutions, which of course are weaker now than they've ever been. We have lost big business, we've lost finance, we've lost the culture, we've lost the academy. And if we're going to actually really affect real change in the country, it will require us completely replacing the existing ruling class with another ruling class. I say that knowing and hearing myself, it sounds really hard. It is really hard, but I don't think there's like a detent with these people. I don't think there's sort of a compromise that we're going to come with the people who currently actually control the country. Unless we overthrow them in some way, we're going to keep losing. And that's the challenge. Now, with the people who currently actually control the country, unless we overthrow them in some way, we're going to keep losing.
And that's the voice of Republican running to be Trump's Vice President, JD Vance. You have to listen, understand, and believe them when they speak. But what we have to hope for is that at least 51% of Americans are intelligent and will not vote for them. Over in Jamaica, Braze River, St. Elizabeth is the latest addition to the series of communities protesting the lack of electricity following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Residents on Monday morning used massive trees, old appliances, and other debris to block the road leading to their community and other areas including Georges Valley and Bogue. The lack of water is also a sore point with the residents, claiming that when water is dropped to the area, it is sent to special homes. A resident alleged that the community is being unfairly punished and went on to say that the citizens of the Braze River area are being victimized because it is a PNP stronghold, because they have seen the MP with the JPS workers in Brighton and they're also working. They went to Fantiland and they work and they got light. The residents said that the roadblocks will continue until power is restored. Meanwhile, Jamaica Public Service Company said it will have power fully restored to all areas hardest hit by the Hurricane Beryl, including South Manchester. The 35 Haitians who arrived in Kensington near Manchonil in Portland on Sunday morning have now been sent home. The group, comprising 29 males, 5 females, and a child, was checked at a health facility in Port Antonio. The Haitians were transported home on Sunday evening by the Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard. Attorney and founder of human rights group Freedom Imaginaries, Marlene Alien, has expressed surprise at the quick deportation of the Haitians. Miss Alien said on Monday morning that she had started the process to seek asylum on their behalf and did not expect them to be deported back so soon. Meanwhile, a man who fired several shots at 3 policemen who attempted to accost him was sentenced to more than 50 years in prison in the Gun Court Division of the Home Circuit Court on Friday. The accused, 49-year-old Fitzroy Douglas from Christopher Road in Kingston 14, was sentenced following a trial before High Circuit Judge Justice Carolyn Ty Powell. Douglas faced charges of 3 counts of shooting with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Allegations are that around 9:45 p.m. on January 12 of 2021, the policemen were on mobile patrol in a marked service vehicle in the Kingston Western Division when they saw a crowd at what appeared to be a party. The policemen noticed Douglas walking briskly away from the crowd towards Little King Street. The cops reportedly pursued Douglas, called out to him, identified themselves, and told him to stop. Douglas allegedly ran onto Spanish Town Road and attempted to jump a wall. When the police got close, he allegedly pulled a firearm from the front of his waistband and opened fire in the direction of police officers. The cops took cover and returned fire in Douglas' direction. He was shot and fell to the ground. When the police approached Douglas, he got up and ran off towards Coliseum Drive, where he managed to elude the lawmen. A search of the area reportedly revealed a black Gen 4 Glock pistol containing a magazine with 2 9mm rounds. The cops then called for more assistance, and a search of the community was conducted via a trail of blood that led to the premises where Douglas was found, suffering from what appeared to be a gunshot wound to his right arm. He was then taken to the Kingston Public Hospital. Meanwhile, an 18-year-old was taken into custody on Sunday in connection with the murder of a mentally ill man in Albertown in Trelawney. The deceased has been identified as 45-year-old Wenzel Facey of Dutch Hill in the parish, and it's reported that Mr. Facey was reported missing and a search was launched, and his body was found Sunday morning in Bushell with the head bashed in. A piece of board suspected to be the murder weapon was found at the scene as well. President of the Trelawney chapter of the Lay Magistrates Association of Jamaica, Kenneth Grant, has expressed dismay and shock at the killing of Mr. Facey and the arrest of the suspect. The 18-year-old suspect was out on bail for a murder he committed in St. Mary. And as I said last week, the killing taking place are all done by people who the judge across the length and breadth of Jamaica chose to give bail. And all these judges who give murderers bail, blood is on their shoulders. The police are trying to determine a motive for Sunday night's deadly attack in Lawrence Tavern in St. Andrew, which left a man dead and his 4-year-old child hospitalized with bullet wounds. Another adult was wounded in the attack and is receiving treatment for bullet wounds. The deceased has been identified as 28-year-old Romain Findlater, a resident of Spanish Town in St. Catherine. According to reports, about sometime after 7 p.m., Mr. Findlater was driving in the Lawrence Tavern area when unknown assailants fired on the vehicle. All 3 occupants, including his son, sustained bullet wounds. The other wounded passenger managed to drive the vehicle to Castleton Police Station in the St. Mary Police Division, where they were rushed to hospital, where Mr. Findlater was pronounced dead. On to sports, the Jamaica track and field athletes set to begin their medal quest on Friday at the Olympic Games in Paris. National senior middle distance runner Natalia Gold-Topping is urging the public to show their support for the athletes instead of criticizing them whenever they step out on the track. Gold-Topping, who is 33 years old, will be competing at the Olympic Games for the 3rd consecutive time for Jamaica. And as the national 800 meters champion, she emphasized the hard work and dedication that the athletes put in to compete for the country. She is now asking for fans to refrain from making negative comments about them in the media. Meanwhile, Wayne Pinnock, the silver medalist in the long jump at the World Championship, had said that there would be a lot of talented rivals in the men's competition at the Olympic Games, making it very difficult. But he also pointed out that he has rigorously trained himself to manage this pressure mentally and physically, and he is confident that he will win a medal in the competition. Pinnock, a former Kingston College athlete, has a personal best of 8.54 meters and a season best of 8.40. And he will enter the event in Paris as the 3rd best jumper in the world today. Pinnock points out that he is looking forward to putting on a great showing at the Olympic Games. And don't forget that the best news and sports takes place on this station. If you missed the news, please go to YouTube, type in Jamerican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.